Well, good morning. We're told we should do things out of our comfort zone, especially as we get older. Well, mission accomplished. I don't speak to such an impressive group like this very often, in fact, never. So bear with me, but I couldn't pass up the invitation that Dr. Bonvie extended to me to talk about my introduction to a therapeutic hockey program based out of Virginia Beach, run by a Navy SEAL. And the integration of professional athletes with the special operators to create unique experiences with the operators and their families, and then to grow it to a point where we are now beyond hockey, offering cognitive wellness, health, and performance support out of our Human Performance Center in Virginia Beach. So this is a less technical presentation than you've seen, more down and into what we're doing to help at the ground level. All right. But first, a little bit about me. I grew up 10 miles from here, 9.8 miles to be exact, in Stoneham, Massachusetts. And like a lot of kids growing up in the 60s, when Bobby Orr came to town in 1966, all the parents pushed their kids into hockey. I was not an exception to that. At 7 years old, I was put on the ice. And from that point on, hockey has been a constant in my life. Hockey taught me social skills, competitiveness, camaraderie, loyalty, persistence, work ethic, and most of all, teamwork. Many of the traits that you see in the special operations community. Hockey led me to Norwich University and then to a 4-year career with the Boston Bruins. I retired in 1988, and transitioning out of hockey is very much like leaving the military. You've had structure, schedules, teammates, a purpose, and then you didn't. And I was very fortunate to be invited to play on the Boston Bruins alumni team, invited by Hall of Famer John Busick. So it gave me a soft landing that I didn't know I needed. I was starting to doubt my decision of retiring. They brought me into that. 4 months later, I'm wearing the Bruins jersey again, playing charity hockey games all over New England, and learning and creating meaningful relationships with hockey greats from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And they taught me a lot about giving back to the community. But what it also did is allowed us an opportunity to get together as a team with shared experiences. I didn't play with the guys in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, but we all went through the same thing, training camps, games. And hockey is more than just the game. There's the getting your kit on, getting dressed before the game in the locker room, playing the game, and then after the game, giving each other the business, occasional cold beverage to take the edge off. And that is a very important part of our alumni organization today, is staying bonded, grounded, and keeping the connections going. And I've seen a lot of our guys who retire and stay away for 10 years. They go down a rat hole for a while, very much like guys in the military who don't have a home or a place to go to or a connection to keep. So the alumni team plays about 25 to 35 games a year. And along the way, we meet a lot of people, make some friends, we make some meaningful relationships. One of these relationships in 2018, a friend of mine, Tony Cabana, introduced me to a hockey program down in Virginia Beach, this therapeutic hockey program. And he had played there the previous year. He was introduced to it by Navy SEAL Foundation CEO Robin King, because NSF was a founding partner of the Virginia Beach Hockey Club. He went down there the previous year, had an amazing time, and was talking to me about how great this program is. And for me, my initial thought was, hockey in Virginia Beach? Really? Navy SEALs using hockey as a therapeutic tool? I've got to see this. So I said, yeah, I'm in. So I go down. Oh, forgot this slide. The merger of elite athletes and special forces has been a good thing. So I go down, bring Bob Beers, fellow Bruins alumni, with me, and struck by a number of things. One, a lot of active duty guys, a lot of veterans getting together, their families, wives, kids involved. It was a very welcoming experience for me, because, you know, hockey players or professional athletes, they have barriers. And certainly team guys have barriers. They don't talk about what they do. you'd never know who they are unless you knew who they were. Walk into the locker room, none of that. All barriers are down, innate connection, automatic. And it was like we had been playing hockey together forever. Okay. So we're sitting in the locker room having a great time, giving each other the business, go out and play. And it was just a wonderful experience for us. They treated us like rock stars, and we wanted to treat them like rock stars. It's like every singer wants to be an actor, every actor wants to be a singer, right? It was that kind of dynamic. So we're talking and just getting along great. They play in a humble rink. They're humble guys. They ask for nothing. So their program is just kind of bouncing along. Okay. A little background on the program. In 2009, then Lieutenant Commander Ryan Crowley was up in the War College in Newport. He had a lot of time in his hands. So he could either go out and get in trouble, or he could find something to do productive. He decided to teach himself how to play hockey at the age of 35. He was a hockey fan, but never played. Went out and bought some equipment, got on the ice, started playing, and he realized pretty quickly that a lot of his TBI symptoms, because he had been in multiple deployments leading up to that, had multiple TBIs, were starting to abate. He's sleeping better, less irritable, less anger management, more focus. And the more he played, the better it got. So he figured he was on to something. So when he rotated back to Virginia Beach, he had a deployment thing. When he came back, he shared with his brothers this thing called hockey. There was a rink in town, but no one was using it. This hockey thing, have you played it, right? A lot of guys had. So he started getting together a bunch of guys on Mondays and Friday morning, 6:30. Guys came out, guys were seeing the same thing, feeling the same thing. So in 2012, with the help of the Navy SEAL Foundation, they created the Virginia Beach Hockey Club. And they met twice a week and they played. And the cool thing about it wasn't just the therapeutic aspects. When one guy's rotating out and their kids were left at home, somebody who came back or was already stationed at home would go out and pick up the kids, bring them out to skate. So it was kind of keeping a mentorship piece together so that the kids always had somebody to look up to when their dad was gone. And it kept families connected. And that was one of the pieces that I really enjoyed. So that was 2019 or 2018 game. Here we are in 2019, a year later. So I went back after 2018 and I was just bleeping fired up. Okay. I couldn't believe this was happening. I told a bunch of our guys, I told the Boston Bruins, the Bruins Foundation, our alumni, 7 of us came down with our wives and played in 2019. We coached hockey clinics. We did meet and greets with people. We just really threw ourselves into the community. So you notice the size difference between 2018 and 2019. When we started getting involved, more people started getting interested in playing. Now here's the shot from the 2023 game. You see a couple things here. One, a hell of a lot more people, a lot more families, a lot more kids, a lot more benevolence. There's Navy SEAL Foundation, Operation Hat-Trick, the Bruins and Bruins Foundation, great. But you also see this cool new logo there, right? So in 2019, we decided to professionalize the program, rebranded as the Warrior for Life Fund, created this logo, 13 stars, original colonies, Gold Star families, Trident, obviously, dog tags, military. And people look at that and they want to know more about it. What is this? This is cool, great logo. So we can tell the story now about the transition of Virginia Beach Hockey Club to the Warrior for Life Fund. Here's our mission statement. I'll let you read it, but it basically focuses on fitness, fellowship, mental cognitive health improvement for active duty and retired guys in the Virginia Beach area. When our coming out party was in 2019 in October, we had a bold plan. We wanted to announce to the world we were here. So we organized a New York Ranger Boston Bruins alumni series, Saturday, Sunday. Cool part is we embedded 7 active duty NSW guys into the lineup. We had 5 guys on the Bruins alumni team, 2 guys on the Rangers. There's Captain Crowley right there. Now he's retired captain. They were all active at the time. These 2 guys in the wings are still active. And it created an experience for them that they've never had before. Outside of their community, now they're playing with NHL hockey players in big stadiums. So we played in Bentley University in Boston, big crowd. Next day, we went to Madison Square Garden, played in Madison Square Garden in front of 4,000 people a few hours before the Rangers took on the Bruins. And for these guys and their families to be there, it was, Ryan will tell you, it was, aside from his family and his children and holding a ball of uranium in his hands, this was the most incredible experience of his life at the time, because he had watched hockey. So very cool. And the nice thing about this is all these guys, like you were scanning codes here today, and I'm connecting. Well, they're all exchanging phone numbers. Now, a lot of our operators who play in the program are connected to many NHL guys around the country because they move around. And we've had many games since then, from which you'll see a few, and they'll keep their connections going. One of the cool things about the program, early on, Ryan saw the benefit of having an adaptive program. And how did that happen? One of the dependents of an NSW guy was in a wheelchair. I said, can we bring our son out to play hockey? Well, sure. They put him on the ice, put a stick in his hands, and the young boy had never played a sport in his life. He lit up. And from that point on, Ryan said, we're going to have a adaptive hockey program, and it's grown. Center there, that's Zaire Fuller and Travis Dodson, the captain of the U.S. Paralympic hockey team. So we talk about meaningful relationships. One of the guys in the previous slide that was playing as a Ranger was at a coaching clinic in North Dakota. And the coach of the Paralympic team, U.S. Paralympic team, Dave Hoff, was making a speech. He says, okay, has anybody heard of, I don't know, Podunk, North Dakota? I don't know the town. And one guy raises his hand. It's our Navy SEAL captain now. He says, I know that, I'm from there. So they connected right afterwards. That led to Coach Hoff bringing down, first time, 2 of his Paralympians, both retired military, disabled military Marines, and they came down to play with Travis Dodson and Joey Woodkey. Second year, they brought down 4 Paralympians. And when they come down, they just don't come and hang out. They teach clinics to our Paralympic guys, our skaters, and they play an exhibition game, high-level, Olympic-level exhibition game in front of us. It didn't happen this year, but 2 years ago, they had 9 U.S. Paralympian gold medalists. They had just won the gold medal, and they love coming down and coaching our kids. So you'll see here Lori Wood up in the right. She's smiling. Navy vet, broke her back in training when she was in law enforcement. Never played hockey, your brothers did. We brought her out, Ryan brought her out. Within 2 years, she was on the U.S. women's national hockey team. So, I mean, just incredible athlete, incredible dedication. So we're projecting, Zaire Fuller has gone to 2 U.S. development camps now. We expect to see him, we hope to see him in the Olympics in about 6 years. You see Kevin Miller, NHL alumni. You see Ryan Crowley in sleds. Our guys will get out in the sleds with our adaptive program just to give them, everybody, a taste of what's going on. I know we're hockey themed here, but I'm leading up to something. This integration of NHL, Bruins alumni, and special operators has raised our profile to the point where people are now knocking on our door. But one of our biggest games is here in Boston. It's an Nate Hardy Memorial game. And I don't know how many hockey fans you have here, but this game is our most important alumni game of the year. And it's our most important Warrior for Lifetime game of the year. Why? Because these guys down here, Hall of Famer, soon to be Hall of Famer. That's Bork, Mullen, Zdeno Chara, Patrice Bergeron going in the Hall in his first eligibility, all want to play in this game. So they've all made their debuts in that game. It's important to them to be part of this community. Hockey guys love what the military has done. Hockey guys certainly love what the tip of the spear has done over the war on terror. There's Captain Crowley taking the puck drop with Ray Bork. That's Nate's dad, Steve, dropping the puck there. So we integrate all these things. This game also benefits Fisher House of Boston right here in the Operation Hat Trick. And just for reference, we were actually beaten once by this team. They're very good hockey players. These two goalies here are the duo that beat us. They're still active duty. We tried. Trust me, we tried. They stonewalled us. Quick sidebar. The Bruins alumni went to play the Philadelphia Flyers alumni at the Spectrum, not Spectrum anyway, Wells Fargo Center in Philly in January. We didn't have any goalies, Bruins alumni goalies. So I reached out to these two guys, and they came up and they played in front of 15,000 people at the sold-out Wells Fargo Center against a high-level Philadelphia Flyer alumni team. Again, another experience, and that's part of what the Warrior for Life Fund likes to do, give experiences. I said, people are knocking on our door. The NHL had been observing us for a couple of years because we do a lot of things that incorporate NHL and Bruins alumni guys. They knock on the door and say, we want to be part of it. We love what you're doing. So quick negotiation, they became our partners. So they support all of our Memorial games. We do 3 majors, one in Virginia Beach, one in San Diego, which is over here on the right, and the big one in Boston. So this one here, we do a little different concept in San Diego. We have like a United Nations of NHL alumni. So we had 14 different players with over 9,000 NHL games under their belt. And we played the Coronado Navy SEAL team. Now, fortunately, we won because they were also very good. They're younger and better shape, sometimes better looking. But it just, again, you put out the call, we're going to go do this, guys. Who wants to come? And they volunteer their time because everybody believes in what's happening. So hockey, big part of the program, obviously. Hockey can only take you so far. Only so many people want to play hockey. So in 2022, January, we decided to expand and create what we're calling the Human Performance Center. Now, it's different than what you guys have been talking about. In a sense, we wanted to call it the Cognitive Health and Wellness Center, but we're told no one would come. All right. So we put Human Performance Center on it, and they come. And it's a purpose-built facility to get guys off the couch, get guys engaged, not only retired guys, but active duty guys. Let them know there's a place to go to get resources, to stay bonded, to meet guys that maybe did your job, 10 years earlier, and connect. We put a little synthetic hockey rink in the Performance Center just to give a nod to our roots as a hockey organization. It allows us to do a couple things. One, a new sled hockey player, we can take them out there and get them used to balancing and picking and all that. So if there's no ice time available, this was one of the best things. We have an event, all the kids go play. They have a great time. They all make friends, they make time, the parents can relax knowing that the kids are in this little contained area, taking care of themselves. It's also where we run our Sense Arena virtual reality program. So again, the concept was to deliver more services, more things. So just to give you a frame of reference, there's the humble hockey rink, former grocery store, roller skating rink now, hockey rink. 25, 30 yards away, here's the Human Performance Center. We also are about to open up a fitness center right next door here where guys can come in and train up outside of the command if they just want to do a quick workout. We're 5 miles from Dam Neck, 5 miles from Little Creek. Okay, so it's a really convenient spot. Friday mornings, you'll see a little bit later, 5:30 and 6:30, hockey. Guys come in, they play. Now they're going to be able to hit the gym and then go to work. It's very convenient. This is what we're most happy about. I'm running short on time, but the Human Performance Center is a hub for services for the Naval Special Warfare community and SWIT guys and everybody else down there. And we do a number of things. There's a recovery room, there's Sense Arena, there's SEALs and Recovery. The gym is outfitted for a lot of Paralympic exercise equipment or adaptive equipment. Coffee socials, the youth hockey teams meet there. There's mentorship, there's military TBI groups. We're going to be running our home base Resilient Warrior program out there. I'm going to hit these quickly. The biggest component of the Human Performance Center is Cortex Initiative. Annie Tamburello Crowley, you might recognize the name, the wife of Captain Crowley, is here today. She's a certified brain injury specialist and speech pathologist. She has a team that runs a dedicated office out of that facility in, I say 85 plus individual sessions is probably up over 100 now. Guys who have come through the VHP program at 4 weeks, they want to continue the cognitive therapy piece. They come to the Human Performance Center now, Work for Life on Human Performance Center, and get that support. Annie runs TBI group sessions, focus on those things. We bring in guest speakers to talk about some of the services that are available locally, and we get a mix of active duty and retired guys. So success, we wanted to have old and new and get these guys indoctrinated. It's a pretty good mix. Those events take up about 15 to 20 guys each session. And a key one coming up in September, spouses TBI educational session. That's probably oversubscribed right now. SEALs in recovery, pretty easy, once a week. SEAL team guys meet to talk about their alcoholism and work through it. Balanced growth. That's a health and wellness program with Jessica Burnham. That goes on the first Monday of every month. Sense Arena, we talked a little bit about that. Virtual reality. It has hockey training skills, cognitive therapy, memory drills. Cool thing, guys are taking headsets to forward operating bases now. We're giving them headsets. As long as they have a Wi-Fi connection, they can do these drills, do memory drills, do hockey drills, whatever they want when they're deployed. We are training facilitators right now to implement the home base resilient warrior program. That's going to be talked about in the next session, but we are very proud to do that. Please do that out of the Human Performance Center and also virtual. Here's the gym. Gyms are pretty cool. Different things we're doing here. We got 2 880 compliant bathrooms in the Human Performance Center. We do mentoring. We host receptions, coffee socials. Hockey. Tons of hockey being played. 6 times a week, guys are getting out on the ice. Structured, learn to skate, SEALs only, holiday skates, adaptive skates. But the cool one that's necessary is the peer-to-peer quasi-intervention that happens every 2 to 3 weeks. There's a guy struggling. Word gets to Andy, word gets to Ryan, word gets to somebody. They call them in, they get them on the ice. Sometimes it's just 1 or 2 guys. Sometimes it's with the adaptive programs to say, hey, look, you think you've got a bad, come over here, take a look at these guys. And we get them engaged in the program through getting them on the ice. One we're really proud of. I don't know how many people are familiar with Vanessa Abbey and her arts therapy program in Virginia Beach. She was given a property on a church to operate out of. The providers were supported by the Navy SEAL Foundation, but the property is going away. We, the Warrior for Life Fund, are going to support her efforts in a new facility over the next 3 years because it is such an important piece of cognitive therapy that is going on at Virginia Beach that not a lot of people know about. We took a tour. We were blown away. It's amazing. Here's 2 of the art pieces that were cleared to show today. I'll just talk about the one. Nice picture of a wave, right? Look at the caption. Face. So emotional, and we are so happy to be part of this program. Notable quotes, and we're about to wrap it up. Top 2 guys are active duties. One's a captain, one's operator who just deployed. I'll let you read them. And the bottom one is from Captain Crowley. This program saved my life. There's probably 12 or 13 guys that have said that exact same thing to him. So we're doing great things down there. We're expanding. If anybody here has a program they'd like to shoehorn into what we're doing down there, we'll be happy to talk to you about it. Thank you for your time.